I'm very gay. I've been very gay since kindergarten. And basically, in high school, I was always trying to make up excuses for like not being gay. And like I'd go to a party with my friends and they'd all like be hooking up. Like one Halloween, my friend, she's in the audience, my friend hooked up with 8 guys. and I sat in one of the rooms with one of the dudes who was like, your friend is awesome. And basically, they were like, Simone, you're cute, like whatever, like why don't you hook up with anyone? And I was like, like I don't know, like I'm too busy, like whatever. I was like, no, fuck this, I'm gay. And so I kept making excuses because I was too like awkward and quiet to come out. So one day I found myself with my first boyfriend, which was also a ploy that I had like created. I was like, this is a great idea, like people won't know I'm gay if I'm the first friend to have a boyfriend. So my boyfriend, I'll call him Apple, that's like, no one knows who the fuck he is. So Apple was my friend's friend and we had made out and immediately we just started dating. I had no idea how this happened, but it happened. And Apple would call me every single night. I also played sports. It's like 7 days a week. So like, and he picked up on no gayness. He would call me every night, every single night for a month. I wouldn't pick up. And I would text him and I'd text him back and be like, sorry, I'm in soccer practice, lol. And like, I don't know how this made sense to him that I was texting while running. And, you know, like, things escalated. Like, I hung out with him like probably 4 times within the span of my entire relationship. I was 14 at the time, to give you a reference. And basically, like, there was like that Paramount hangout. And he would call me in these times and he'd be like, yo, Simone. And I picked up saying yo from him, but I don't think he got why. I was like, this is so chill. Like, so I'd be like, yo, Apple. And he was like, come meet me outside your school, I'm waiting. I was like, okay, chill, like whatever. Like he totally showed up and I can't escape from that. There's one exit. And so we hang out and it's about 4 o'clock when like high schoolers get out. And he like, first of all, he's 6'4", I'm 5'3". So basically his favorite thing to do was to choke me because he had no idea I was in pain while I was like half his height. So we walked to the train, we went around my house. I lived by Pier 40, which was like this smoke spot for the cool kids. And he rolled up a joint and smoked it and I like pretended. And we went back to my apartment because like, you know what, parents, a single mom, she came home around like 7. So it was like 4:30, we had like so much time to chill. And he was so excited. And at the time, my big priority, I had taken like 1 half hit. And so I was like blazed because I had never smoked weed at this time. And so I was like, okay, we're gonna do my favorite thing, which is drink chocolate milk. And so we go to my fridge, I pour both of us a glass of like the Horizon Organic like chocolate milk. Like that is very expensive. And so we go up to my room, which first of all, I shared with my mother. And I mean, granted, came home like hours later, but so we shared it. And for my side, like her trying to be like, I'm sorry we share this room, I designed it. And I chose to line the walls in black and gold reversible dragon silk from Chinatown. And it was like basically this weird Chinese palace in like half the room. And a tiny twin bed. And you know, he's 6'4", I'm 5'3", so like nothing was ever gonna work out. And so he's like, oh like, hey, hey, so like we're up here and like we both have our chocolate milks and like I'm like enjoying my chocolate milk. That was the highlight. And so he just swoops in. He puts his down by the foot of the bed and swoops in. So we're making out and like I know now that was not making out, but at the time it was like as much as I was like experiencing. It's like really my first experience. And so we're kissing and whatever, and like all of a sudden, like literally all his clothes came off. And I was like, holy shit, like, and we're like, I'm just like looking around, we're in in like my Chinese like half bedroom, and like, you know, my mom had specially made the tassels that were like gold and blue, like on sides of me, and like I'm just like kind of like making out with him and like staring like you know, just totally not into it. And he like was like, took off my pants, and I was, you know, granted I should have been like, no, but I was like, whatever, this is kind of chill, like I'm half pleased. And so he took off my pants, and I kid you not, like people say they have granny panties, like these are actually my grandmother's underwear. And they were white, and they went from here up to here, and at the waistband there was a huge hole, like the waistband was string, and there was a huge hole going, like disconnect. And I didn't want him to see him. I just like, you know, we hang out 3 times a month, so like I took them off and threw them behind my bed, and he never even saw them. He thought it was super hot. And I had this tiny tee on that said like Hawaiian Punch, because like, you know, just like I just went to middle school a year ago, like, you know, and basically we're hooking up, and he like tries to finger me. He was telegraphing. I don't know what was happening, and he had the largest penis out of all his friends. That was rumored in the high school. He was super hot because he had a huge penis, and I was like, I don't know what to do with that. And so we continued to hook up, and I couldn't like deal with it, and I pulled probably the biggest acting move of my life. I was like, wow, like this is so bad. Like he asked me like, oh, you're so quiet, and it's like, what I was to say like, I'm listening to hear what you're doing. Like, you know, like he was totally out of it, and I basically was like, oh, you have to put on a condom, I won't have sex with you. He pulls out a New York City Transit condom. And I'm like, okay, wait, give me 1 sec, I'll just freshen up. In the hallway, I find my cell phone, and in the hallway I go, hey Mom, oh my God, yeah, no, I totally like get some more chocolate milk, get some more like cheese, yeah. Oh, you're gonna be home in like 5 seconds. Oh, like 7 minutes? Yeah, totally, I'm watching television. Okay, bye. Fake a call. This guy is like in the room with his like condom on his dick, and he's like, oh, yo, I don't know what to do. And he runs out of my house and like runs out the door, and he's like running like this. And like basically he leaves. I'm like, thank God, it's like 4:50, and like you know, he didn't drink any of the chocolate milk, so that was it.